Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another Second Cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Well, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next Monday morning mailbag hits the airwaves, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup, and I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the April 20th, 2026 episode of Second Cup. Great to be with you this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Once more this morning, I've got Summit Roast, Kirkland Summit Roast in my coffee mug. I bought a bunch of those Keurig cups from Costco. like 120 of them. So I got a lot of those. I got a lot of them in the pantry, that's for sure. And I am enjoying it in my John From coffee mug, my Phoenix Shaving Magic John From coffee mug. This is the coffee mug that will, it's black, and then when you put a hot beverage in there, the artwork just lights up. All of a sudden, it becomes a white coffee mug with this wonderful John From label artwork, and it's terrific. As long as the beverage is hot, you can see the artwork, and as soon as the beverage starts to cool down, well, then it disappears again. It goes back to just being an ordinary black coffee mug. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get a sip. Hang on. Oh, yeah, that's terrific. And the reason why we're using it is because of the varying temperatures we've had the last few days. Now, as you know, I've been talking about how we always get that one last snowfall right around April 18th. My late brother Jay's birthday. We always get snow. Now, either snow on the ground or a little bit of light snow in the air. Well, at the time that we were recording the Monday Morning Mailbag, temperature was in the 70s. And then it kind of dropped down into the 60s. And right now, when I'm recording Second Cup, it's in the 40s. It was 38 overnight, and it's in the 40s right now. And it's not getting up above, say, 48 degrees, I think is what they're saying today. So tomorrow being the 21st, I'm assuming that we're going to have snow. Now, we might have snow on today, the 20th. We might have a little bit of light snow in the air if it gets cold enough. And it looks like we're on track to having that cold air come in to where we'll have that light snow in the air. Now, we heard from viewer Matt Rose, who wrote the following email. The subject heading was April 18. And he wrote, "Hi, Mark. No snow today, but it's chilly here in northern Indiana." Matt Rose, and he sent along the forecast, the up-to-date forecast here for his area of the country. Freeze watch from 12 a.m. EDT Monday until 11 a.m. EDT Monday. So frost advisory in effect from midnight tonight until 9 a.m. the next day. So it looks like Sunday into Monday morning. So Monday morning today, when this airs, is when they might have some frost on the ground and maybe some snow in the air, or maybe even a little bit of snow on the ground. We're going to have to wait and see. We'll update you next week on the Monday Morning Mailbag and let you know if we had any snow. The claim is, usually what happens is that a couple of days before or after the 18th of April, we always have that cold spell where we have a little bit of snow. Again, either snow on the ground, doesn't stick, but we get snow on the ground, or we get that light snow in the air, like a snow flurry that kind of is in the air, and a lot of precipitation in the air in the way of snowflakes. So that's usually what happens. Now, looks like right here in the 11th hour, we might be on track for that. So it'll be interesting to see if that comes if that comes true again this year, because it's usually every year, right around this time, we always get that light snow here in Northeast Ohio. So we might be on track for that. We'll have to wait and see. So great to be with you this morning. I hope the weather is agreeable where you're at. Let me know if you get any snow today or tomorrow, or if you had any snow the day before. And we'll let all the viewers and listeners know about it. So I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. If it's chilly, I hope you got the fireplace going. Pull up a chair, get a nice hot cup of coffee, and let's talk a little more wet shaving. Really, really terrific. Again, the John From mug. The artwork is holding up because there's a good hot beverage in there. And as soon as it gets cold, the artwork disappears. So that's why we're using the mug, because of the roller coaster temperatures that we're having the past few days here. Again, we were in the 70s a couple of days ago, and now overnight we were in the 30s. We're going to be in the 40s today, and who knows, we might have, when this airs, we might have snow in the air, which will line up with the birthday prediction that I've talked about in the past. Right around the 18th of April, a couple days before, a couple days after, there's always a little bit of snow that we have here in Northeast Ohio. So stay tuned. We'll let you know if that comes to pass or not. And we'll see. Maybe a couple of more days after that. Maybe the 22nd or 23rd. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Well, anyhow, great to be with you this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Let's pay a few bills and we'll get the show underway in just a moment. Well, a Phoenix shaving seasonal scent returns. Old Salty, that's right, yeah. Old Salty, a Phoenix classic, returns for just the season. Boy, this is a terrific one. And as they say here, Old Salty sails again. 9 years of epic saltiness. Fans of ocean-esque scents will love this. And fans of Swedish Dream Sea Salt Body Soap will absolutely freak out. Here's the scent profile. A clean, fresh, bracing scent of salty, crisp ocean air surrounded by hints of balsam, driftwood, and citrus, with quieter notes of oak moss and vanilla. I have this in the Shave Den. It's marvelous. This is a marvelous, marvelous scent, especially for summer shaves. It really is terrific. And here's a little background history on it. The subject heading reads, How Old Salty Came to Be in Doug's Words. This was all master brush maker Robert Carey of Zen Shave's idea. For years, Rob has been begging me to make this stuff, sending me tiny samples of body soap, only for me to lose it and never get a sniff. I know, I suck as a friend. Finally, during the Christmas season, 2017, the muse struck, and I thought I'd surprise my friend with something he thought he'd never see. Old Salty. Old Salty, like the body soap it's dedicated to, is both invigorating and refreshing with a kiss of sunshine. This stuff is sure to put a smile on your face. Yes, it's time to get excited. Old Salty returns. Yeah, that's available right now. And again, it is a beautiful summer, ocean-esque, seaside kind of scent. It's got that great invigorating salt kind of a flavor to it. It is marvelous. I love Old Salty. So much so, I'm going to put it back into my shave den and get it in my rotation because the weather's getting warmer. Well, it's colder now, but after that snowfall that I've been talking about, I'm going to break out Old Salty for sure. So check it out. From Phoenix Shaving, its return for the season, Old Salty. Give it a look. Well, here's another update from Phoenix Shaving. They have some scents that are being discontinued for now. That is until they return next season. So you might want to get these in your shave den before they're gone. And that way you can use them into the summer, into the fall, into the winter until they again return next season. And by then, you're ready to restock. This is your last chance. These scents are vanishing into the void. Discontinued for now. Danaid Foil 50, Doppelganger Tricolor, Twee, Enlightener Well, Et Tu, Frost Chample, and Irish Coffee. Get them while we got them. And boy, those are some great scents there. Twee is wonderful. That's an homage to Creed's Green Irish Tweed. Et Tu, boy, that's an homage to classic Brute. Frost Chapel, I believe that was in the Advent calendar this past year. That's a terrific one. Larry Shaves has a review of that on his channel. Check that out. And Irish Coffee, boy, Bill and Connie Murphy gave me the heads up on that one. That is a delightful scent. That's great. If you love coffee like I do, you're going to love Phoenix Shaving's Irish Coffee. So there's the list of some of the scents that are being discontinued for now. I mean, they'll return next season, but if you want them in your shave den now, as they say, get them while we got them. Once more, Danaid Foil 50, Doppelganger Tricolor, Twee, Enlightener Well, Et Tu, Frost Chample, and Irish Coffee from Phoenix Shaving. Give them all a look. Well, I received this email from the folks at Supply, and a little bit of a different marketing approach. Their subject heading reads, read our 1-star reviews before you buy. Same razor, 2 very different experiences. See if it's for you. Not every review is 5 stars, and we're fine with that. The first few shaves can be rough. The angle is unfamiliar, the pressure is wrong, and your muscle memory is working against you. We show both reviews because they're both real. Most guys who stick with it don't go back to cartridges. Pick up a starter set and find out for yourself, and then they have a link to where you can shop starter sets. Here's a 5-star review that they show in this particular email ad. And a gentleman named Gordon says, consistently the best home shave I've ever accomplished. Outperforms everything else I've tried. And here's a 1-star review from a gentleman named Chris. First day resulted in some pretty bad lacerations. Found it too difficult to maintain the blade angle. Went back to my old razor. Well, again, the Supply SE is an injector razor, much like the classic vintage Schick injector razors. I love mine. My Supply SE with the fin guard, nick stop technology. This is my go-to for head shaves. I absolutely love this for head shaves, and it does such a great job. And between the Supply SE, the Moto razor that we received from viewer David Dart, David, thank you very, very much, and the Omni shaver, that bi-directional head shaver, I've got all the bases covered as far as go-tos for head shaves. And when I irritated my scalp because I didn't properly clean the razor heads on the electric razor I was using, because I had a big gash and bump up there on my head, I went to an electric razor so I wouldn't aggravate that big bump I had up there. I forgot to clean the razor head, the electric razor heads properly. It just was in storage and I didn't clean it properly. So I got some irritation up there that I had to take care of. And I went to the Moto razor because it was nice and mild. And I used Nivea shave cream because it's alcohol free. And I did a quick 1-pass shave with the Moto razor. And the Omni shaver comes in really, really handy if I want a really, really quick head shave because it's bi-directional. You go back and forth, boom, 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 you know? You get some super slick shaving cream up there and you just go back and forth really, really, really quickly. Think Cremo. Cremos are really, really good, super slick kind of shaving cream that you can use with the Omni shaver. Omni shaver also makes their own, which is very, very good. And then when I want a wonderful, close, smooth, very, very complete head shave, I take out the Supply SE. This is definitely my go-to for a head shave, especially if I have, say, 2 to 4 days worth of hair growth up there. The Supply razor just does a spectacular job, and it's also great for head shaves. Yes, you have to modify your approach, especially if you're coming from a cartridge razor. You got to lighten up on the touch. You have to maintain that angle of approach. That's why we say 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. In the case of the Supply SE, it's more of a 15-degree angle. But they give you the instruction on how to maintain that angle because they have the Supply logo carved into the razor head. And all you have to do is place that logo that's carved in the razor head right up to your skin, and you're at the proper angle. And you get some great shaves with the Supply SE. So it's nice to see Supply give a balanced look at folks who have tried their razor. But again, someone giving it a 1-star review, I think, again, is pressing too hard, not maintaining the proper angle. Their muscle memory from cartridge razors has kicked in because that's a press and pull kind of approach with a cartridge razor. So that's kind of what you have to relearn when you go to a DE razor or an SE injector razor like the Supply SE. You got to relearn the approach, and you got to break some of the habits of muscle memory that carry over from cartridge razors. And when you get into traditional wet shaving with a DE razor or an SE razor, then it becomes second nature. And you find that you can move from a DE razor back to a cartridge razor very, very easily. And you can understand the different kinds of approaches and pressure and approach, angle of approach, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's just a great, my opinion, DE shaving, SE shaving with an injector type of razor, just a great way to shave. And I will add this as well. When I first got some vintage Schick injector razors in the shave den, you know what? They were giving me good shaves, but they had a little too much growl to them. And it turns out, I think, looking back, perhaps I wasn't maintaining that proper angle of approach. When the Supply SE razor arrived in the shave den through the courtesy and generosity of viewer Greg from Virginia. Greg, thank you again very, very much. Only then did I have that aha light bulb moment. That's the proper angle you have to use an injector razor at. And all of a sudden, after using the Supply SE razor, all my shaves with vintage Schick injector razors improved immensely. I mean, it was really, really amazing. So I owe it all to the Supply SE injector razor. Definitely a favorite in the shave den for head shaves. One of my go-tos for a head shave, no doubt about it. And terrific for face shaves, and it just does a terrific job. And that thin guard with the Nick Stop technology, folks, that really does work. So check it out if you're looking for a new razor for your shave den and you want something that offers a great deal of comfort and wonderful efficiency and smoothness. Check out the Supply SE. And I'm sure that after you give it a go several times, and again, you adjust your approach to the razor, you'll be giving it a 5-star review as well. The Supply SE razor, give it a look. Well, I wanted to mention to you this morning an apothecary mug that I have. I have an apothecary mug from Vanderhagen, and I believe I bought this at a big box store. I think it was Walmart. And I can't really remember, but I've had it for quite some time. And it came in wonderfully handy because Bill and Connie Murphy very, very kindly and generously sent to the channel Santa Fe Soap Ranch Cedarwood Patchouli Shave Soap and Aftershave Balm. And it is a wonderful performing shave soap. Now, the key here is to fit that mug so that it sits in the apothecary mug perfectly. It seals up all the way around the edges or that inner diameter of that mug. Now, viewer Charles Price sent along some information on how to melt a shave soap puck into an apothecary mug. We did a video on that, and it worked wonderfully well. It really did. It took a little longer than I initially thought. That's because I didn't have enough water in the pan. But essentially what you do is you put the apothecary mug into a saucepan, fill it up with water, and then put it on a medium heat. You don't want to have it boiling because you don't want to damage the mug. And then what you do is you drop your puck into the apothecary mug, and it melts and it fits seamlessly inside that mug. And the way this cedarwood patchouli shave soap puck from Santa Fe Soap Ranch fit into this apothecary mug, it fit perfectly. It fit perfectly. So now that when I go to use it, I just grab my apothecary mug with my wet brush and I start passing the brush over the top of the shave soap. No water leaks down the sides to the bottom. It's all on the top. And I just start building the lather that way. And I get this beautiful, creamy, wonderful, dense lather with some wonderful body and a great cedarwood patchouli scent. I can just paint it on. The first time I used the shave soap from this apothecary mug, I thought I was just going to load the brush and then end up doing a face lather. And I was surprised. I ended up just painting it on. The lather was completely created inside the apothecary mug. That's because it's a 50-50 kind of situation here. The lower 50% of the apothecary mug holds the shave soap puck completely, and the upper half, the upper 50%, has enough area to contain all that lather that you're generating. It just works wonderfully, wonderfully well. So if you're looking for an apothecary mug, go up to Amazon. You can get this Vanderhagen apothecary mug for like $25. It comes with their shave soap and a brush. And I would say the apothecary mug is really the star of the show of the trio of items there. The shave soap is very good. Shave brush, I think it's a boar shaving brush. I think it's okay, but you'll be better off using a synthetic shaving brush. But then again, some of you out there might really like that particular boar shaving brush. I haven't used it in a long, long time, so I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. But let me put it to you this way. I'm not using it consistently a lot. Synthetic brushes are just wonderful. And some of the top shelf Badger brushes that I have in the shave den are also wonderful, wonderful. And of course, we use some other boar brushes that are just fantastic. But again, for about $25 on Amazon, you can get a shave soap, the apothecary mug, and a boar shaving brush from Vanderhagen. And this apothecary mug is very, very good. The key to this whole equation here, this whole recipe, is to make sure that you get a good quality shave soap puck, like something from Santa Fe Soap Ranch, and melt it into the mug, the apothecary mug, so that it fits completely in the bottom of that mug. And then when you build a lather, you're just using the soap on the very, very top, and none of it leaks down the sides and that sort of thing. It just works wonderfully well. So again, the Vanderhagen apothecary mug is a good, affordable shaving mug. If you're going through a Walmart, you might be able to still find it on the shelf there. I'm not sure, but that's where I got mine, as I recall. You might be able to find it on the shelf there at a nice price point. It's available on Amazon. And of course, if you find something that's similar to the Vanderhagen, that would also work very, very well. But yeah, I like this one a lot. It's a nice size, and with the soap puck fit in there perfectly, seated in there perfectly, it just has a really, really nice heft to it. When you hold it in your hand, you get your shaving brush, your nice warm damp shaving brush, and you start working that shave soap around in there. Boy, nothing better. And again, check out the shave soaps and aftershave balms from Santa Fe Soap Ranch. A big thank you to Bill and Connie Murphy for introducing the channel to this brand. It really is terrific. They have an online store, so check them out. Just Google Santa Fe Soap Ranch and it'll come right up. You'll see cedarwood, patchouli, and some other wonderful scents up there. I recommend the aftershave balm as well. So if you get the shave soap, get the balm. They're both great. So that's just a little heads up on Apothecary mug. I found that if you fit the shave soap puck perfectly in the bottom of the mug, you just get some great lathers, rather than throwing it in there and having it move around and having some of that excess lather gather around on the sides. You're not getting that lathery goodness. But if you fit it perfectly in the Apothecary mug and you start building a lather, all that lather sits on top and just kind of rises up in the mug, and you get some great lathers that you'll be able to paint on. So check it out, the Van der Hagen Apothecary mug, or any Apothecary mug that looks similar to it. Just make sure you melt the shave soap into the mug, or you fit it in so that it fits completely and has a really nice tight seal, so that inner diameter is closed around that soap puck. So none of that lathery goodness leaks down the sides. You want to have that shave soap fit completely and entirely in the bottom of that mug, so that when you pass your brush over the top of that soap puck, all that lather stays on the top and builds up and fills up the top half of that mug, so you can just paint it on. So Van der Hagen's a very good Apothecary mug for the price. Give it a look. Check out Walmart, check out Amazon.com, and there are some others out there that stack up very good to it. Might be a little bit more money, but I think for the amount of money, this was a very good Apothecary mug. And again, a big thanks to Bill and Connie Murphy for introducing everyone to Santa Fe Soap Ranch, cedarwood and patchouli. Give them a look, and also give the Van der Hagen Apothecary mug a look too. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to mention to you regarding Apothecary mugs. I'm just looking at the Amazon listings here, and there are two other brands that come in at really nice price points. Fendrahan and Parker. Now, the Fendrahan brand offers two different kinds of Apothecary mug. They offer one at $18.25 that looks very similar to the Van der Hagen mug that I'm talking about. That looks terrific, and it's only $18.25. And they also offer another one for $20.99. That one's a little different shape of Apothecary mug, still looks to be very nice. And also Parker offers an Apothecary mug that is it looks like it's a little squatter, might be a little heavier. That's $27.99. So you get three different style of Apothecary mugs there, but the Parker looks like a very good one for about $27, $28. And Fendrahan offers two different styles. The one for $18.25 is almost identical, very similar to the Van der Hagen mug that I was talking about. And then they offer another one that's $20.99. That's a really nice porcelain Apothecary shaving mug, as they describe it here, hand-painted rim, golden. So that's what you'll want to look for there. That one's a little different than the first offering that they have at $18.25. So there are a few other Apothecary mugs there. If you don't want to get a Van der Hagen for $24 with the brush and soap, you can just get a standalone Apothecary mug from either Fendrahan or Parker on Amazon.com. Give them a look. Now, before I get out of here, I'm going to recommend a movie to you. I think I've recommended this one before. It's from 2014. It's called Edge of Tomorrow, starring Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. Here it is in a nutshell. A soldier in an alien war gets caught in a time loop. That's the whole movie right there, and it is really terrific. It's got great effects, a lot of great action, and a really terrific performance by Tom Cruise, because he starts out as a PR officer in the Army, and then all of a sudden gets thrown onto the front lines of this war that the world is having with this alien force. And then he gets caught in this time loop and he lives the same day over and over and over again. And each day he acquires more military skills in order to defeat the alien forces. It really is very, very good, very engaging. And I'm waiting for the sequel. It's that good of a movie, and there's been talk of a sequel. I don't know how they're going to do a sequel, though. I mean, watch the movie, and you tell me how they're going to be able to do a sequel. I don't know. It's going to require some very, very creative writing from screenwriters out there if they're able to pull off a sequel. I don't know how they're going to be able to do it, which direction they're going to go in. And I guess that's why I'm looking forward to a sequel all the more, to see how they continue this story. But it was a terrific movie from 2014, Edge of Tomorrow. It's a science fiction action movie. And again, Tom Cruise gives a really, really terrific performance in this film because he's not the same kind of an action hero character in this movie like you're used to. He develops into that character throughout the movie. That's what's so wonderful about the movie. It's a little bit of a fish out of water story, so to speak, and he comes into his own as the movie progresses. So check it out from 2014, Edge of Tomorrow, starring Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, a terrific science fiction action adventure kind of movie. Give it a look. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show, and I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that second cup.